All right, everybody, how you doing? So before I get into the video, I want to apologize for how the video might turn out. This video might be a little off topic at times. I might, begin to just go all over the place at certain points, and that's because I don't have a script right now. I don't have bullet points. I'm just going in because I just this video was not at all planned. It's just something that I really wanted to get out because it's been over a month since my last video, and that wasn't at all intended. And if you aren't here because of autoplay, if you clicked on this video, you saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, it's because I've been having blue screens, and like so many blue screens, just left and right, up and down, back and forth. There's any way you can catch a blue screen, I've been catching blue screens. This past month, I haven't been able to go 24 hours without getting a blue screen. And as a matter of fact, I have been getting blue screens. Sometimes it's, every 5 minutes until that's over. Sometimes it's, every 10 minutes. Sometimes it's every hour. Sometimes I'm able to go like up to 17 hours without a blue screen, and then I get a blue screen. So it's really unpredictable. Right now, I am worried that I'm going to get a blue screen while while recording this, which is really weird. It's uncomfortable. I've done so many things to troubleshoot and diagnose the problem. The first thing I did was check my RAM, because some of the stop codes, I've been getting so many different stop codes, which are, they're the codes that show up whenever you get a blue screen. I've been getting so many of those that, of course I looked them all up, but every time I look them up, it seems like the first thing that people point to is the RAM. So that's the first thing I checked. Took apart my PC and I rotated the RAM out. I put one in to see if it was that one, if it was that stick. All of my RAM checks out, right? I even did this thing called a MEM test, which basically is a test that checks your RAM, make sure that there's no issues. And what I got from that was that it was perfectly fine. So those two tests put together just let me know that it wasn't my RAM. Then I tried out my GPU. I ran a GPU benchmark, of course. I don't know what else I would do. I took it out the PC and cleaned it. But other than that, I ran the benchmark, and the first test, it ran perfectly fine. And then the second test, I put it on extreme because, it's Titan X, I figured that maybe it could handle that. And it could. It was able to run the test without dropping below 58 frames. So, it's hard to say whether or not it was that. That's the first thing I suspected, because I've had that thing for 8 years, and you're typically supposed to keep a GPU for up to 5 years. It seems like people don't even get that far before they switch theirs out. I've had mine for 8 years because it still works. And so, I've checked those two things. I've run tests on them. I've even run, a test on my CPU to check and see if it's the problem. And even though I found issues with it, it seemed like those issues didn't have anything to do with the PC getting blue screen. So I didn't know. The next thing I did was I updated all of my drivers, and when that didn't solve the issue, I just completely wiped all my drivers clean to make sure that I got whatever the issue was, because apparently if you update your drivers, that doesn't necessarily remove your drivers. So I got DDU to completely remove those drivers, and well, despite doing that, that didn't work. The next thing I did was I started formatting, completely erasing my hard drives. Of course, I moved some of a lot of the stuff on my hard drives to external hard drives so that I could keep that safe. So after I would do all that, I clean up my hard drives. I would remove my hard drives one by one, because it could be that the hard drive itself is faulty, and that's what's causing the issues. Well, none of my hard drives nor my SSD seems to be having that issue, so it's not that. I was just running out of things to check at this point. I'm checking the software, I'm checking the hardware. There's just not really much left. I reinstalled Windows twice, and that just didn't seem to do it. The second and third time, the second time, I had support help me out from Microsoft. I was letting them know what was going on, and they were like, yeah, it looks like you have an out of date Microsoft or an out of date Windows, and once your Windows is up to date, once your Windows says that it's up to date, then all of your problems will be solved. I'm like, it says it's up to date now. They're like, yeah, but it's not. So once it says that it is, all of your problems will be solved. So I'm like, okay, so I install Windows the way that they tell me to do it, and of course that leads to absolutely nothing. At this point, I was just running out of options. I had so many projects that I've been working on, and a lot of them, they're big projects. As a matter of fact, all of them so far have been big projects. Even the projects that I started as small projects, so I can just get a video out, so it wouldn't take so long while I'm working on the bigger projects. Even those projects turned into big projects because I completely underestimated how much work went into those projects. So I have like 9 projects or something like that. If I ever feel like editing, because like all this entire audio is just gonna get slapped onto gameplay and thrown out. Like I'm not gonna try to edit this. I'm already 5 minutes into this audio, so like I'm starting to get worried that I've been running for too long. My computer's actually been up for 6 hours during this this whole thing, but that really doesn't mean anything because like it could shut down at any minute. So I'm not planning on editing this video too much, but if I do decide to do anything, I'll probably show you the thumbnails that I've already made for those projects to give you an idea of like what I have or what I've been working on for the past couple months, because I haven't put out anything. I mean, I put out one video last month, I think, but like if even that, like I did not intend to just not put out videos this infrequently. So with that being said, like I tried just about everything. So finally I got on to Microsoft and I started talking to I put a post up on the Microsoft forum for help, and I got somebody who they looked at my crash files, the memory mini dumps, and he found that out of the 5 that I sent him, 2 of them had my graphics card drivers. So we did a clean installation of that, and that didn't work. I'm starting to forget the next few things that we did, but this person had me do like a few other things. One of them was to completely do a clean install of Windows, which apparently I didn't do. Clean install is basically like you completely delete everything that the Windows completely delete everything that the OS is on, the operating system is on. So I did that. I didn't, when I formatted the hard drives, that didn't delete the partitions that were on it. So I deleted all of those from all 3, my 2 hard drives and my SSD. I installed Windows, and during the installation process, I got up to 5 crashes during that process. So I let them know that, and they was like, yeah, so at this point you've done just about everything software on the software side. It's unfortunately a hardware issue, and I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm just like, it's fine. I figured it was that anyway, because everything in my PC is relatively new within the past 3 years, except for my GPU. Don't do it. Oh, don't you do it. I'm sorry, my phone. Everything is relatively new except for my GPU and my power supply unit. And I've seen a few people say that their issue was power supply units, because I've been researching and looking this up like crazy. So it could be that, but I don't know. I have to try that out. I have it has 750 watts, so that could be it. That could be the issue. I'll upgrade that when I can, but right now I just don't have the money for anything. Oh my goodness, it's been a long 2 months really, because the month before last month, it started in June. So the entire month of June I've just been dealing with these blue screens. But in May, I was also dealing with crashes too. Those crashes would usually only happen whenever I was editing in Adobe or really anything, but they still happened. And those same crashes are still happening now. Like when I say crash, I mean like the computer freezes, right? I can still move the mouse, but like the time stops and I can't really interact with too much. Maybe with something here or there, but nothing happens. I can open an app, but the app just hangs. I've been having those kinds of crashes, and I still have those kinds of crashes. Sometimes they're followed by the blue screen and sometimes they're not, and I just have to restart my PC. As a matter of fact, sometimes like I'll have blue screens while I'm idle. So sometimes I would leave my PC on to get a blue screen, to get a crash, so I can have a mini dump and check it out. And sometimes the PC it'll just freeze, and I'm sitting here thinking, oh my god, it's going so long without a crash. Oh my god, maybe it's over. And then I find out, no, it actually crashed like 8 hours ago. It's you've just had it on this whole time. It's just crashed. I've been dealing with so many issues, and it's just been crazy, you know, especially with, you know, me having to reinstall Windows 3 times. That was really frustrating because now I have to start all over with everything, as far as like, you know, what apps I have installed and stuff. But I just wanted to make this video to let everybody know like what's been going on, because I know for a fact that there are people who have been waiting for you know, new videos to come out. As a matter of fact, I you know, I'm not gonna say. I don't want to say. I'll mention some other time. But I know that there are people who are looking for videos to come out. I have new subscribers, you know, and I really appreciate that. And I really believe in this channel. I really believe this channel could really grow. That's the whole purpose. As a matter of fact, the purpose of this channel, or at least the next 3 months, I've been working on, my goal for the next 3 months. Let me start there. My goal for the next 3 months is to make this into a job. I know that's crazy, but right now I've been giving that, you know, that time space to make a job out of this. It's highly unlikely, and I don't doubt that. I'm not delusional about that, but you know, I still have that time to do it. And so, you know, with that being said, these blue screens, they're really heartbreaking, because like, you know, with these plans that I've had, I really believe that I could get this, you know, rolling. I could do, you know, with the time that I have, I can throw these videos out, especially after I start getting these bigger projects done, and I could really make something out of this. It's just heartbreaking when, you know, you just start having, you know, components fail, and you just, you know, it's like, well, now what do I do? I almost gave up. I honestly almost gave up. Oh my God, I'm 12 minutes in. Let me wrap this up. I almost gave up. But at the end of the day, I decided that if I'm going to fail at making, you know, making a job out of this, then I'm going to fail because the blue screens got in the way, not because I saw a few blue screens, got worried that I wouldn't be able to make videos, and then just stopped. I'm gonna keep going up until the end of summer, and if I don't make it by then of course I have to just let this all go, because like I've said in videos before, I was supposed to give this up last year, and I'm not even talking about like making a job. I was supposed to give up YouTube in general, just as a kind of hobby last year, and you know, I started getting subscribers this year, so I decided to go for it. But this has been tough, but I just wanted to let everybody know what's been going on for the past few months. I'm not just like doing nothing, and I am working on big projects, but I don't know if I'll ever be able to get those out because of the crashes. Sessions like this where I can go 6 hours without a crash, though, that's good. I could work with that, right? But the problem is that there's just no telling when that'll happen. I could get a blue screen right now. So I'll probably, you know, elaborate more on this a little later on in another video, something like that. I don't know, but I just really wanted to make this video. I wanted to get that out there and let everybody know. I'm still working on it. I don't give a damn about these blue screens. These blue screens, they're screwing me over, but I'm gonna push through them. I'm gonna push through them until I can't anymore, and that's gonna be like around October. So we'll see. Until then, the main reason I wanted to make this video was to say my quality is probably going to take a dip. I'm probably going to be doing a lot more you know, commentary videos, like, you know, just talking over gameplay like this kind of, you know, videos like this. And I don't know, they might not even have a script, because like, you know, again, I don't know, you know, I'm 14 minutes in, I'm getting a little lucky right now, but there's just no telling what's going to happen. But I really wanted to make that announcement. If I am able to get the other projects out, I will. I would love to, like, because I've been working on some of those projects for like 3 months so far. Some of those projects I've been working on for like half a year. Some of those projects are older projects that, like, you know, I wanted to make a long time ago, but just didn't know how to do it, and definitely didn't have the time. And now that I do have the time, I want to focus on that. So yeah, I just want to let y'all know that. I know I have such a small, such an insignificant, subscriber count right now, but I really do appreciate the people who are still here, who are looking forward to videos, and who are watching these videos. I really plan to grow this channel. Some of you might still be here, some of you might not. I don't know, but like we're gonna work on it. We're gonna see. All right, but I'm pushing through these blue screens. They're not gonna stop me. But you should know that they're their thing. So if you're waiting for a video, it's probably gonna take longer than normal because I'm having blue screens left and right. Oh my God, that's 15 minutes. All right, everybody. Hopefully I'll catch y'all later.